What is a Treasury bill? A Treasury bill, or T-bill, is a short-term investment where you lend your money to the government. In return, the government promises to give your money back on a specific date, along with a return. For example, imagine you buy a T-bill for $980. When it reaches its maturity date, the government might give you $1,000. You paid $980. You received $1,000. Your profit, $20. The exact price and return depend on the T-bill and current interest rates. Why is it called a bill? It doesn't mean a bill like an electricity bill. In finance, a Treasury bill is simply short-term debt issued by the government. T-bills usually mature in 1 year or less. Some can mature in just a few weeks, while others can take several months. Why do people buy T-bills? 1. Relatively low risk. T-bills are backed by the government, so they are generally considered one of the lower-risk investments. Low risk does not mean zero risk. 2. Short-term. You don't have to keep your money invested for many years. Some T-bills mature in only a few weeks or months. 3. You can earn a return. Instead of keeping money completely unused, you can potentially earn money from it while keeping the investment relatively conservative. T-bills versus stocks. When you buy a stock, you become a tiny owner of a company. The price can rise or fall significantly. When you buy a T-bill, you're lending money to the government. Your return is generally more predictable, but your potential growth is usually much lower than with stocks. T-bills versus Treasury bonds. Think of them like this. T-bills equals short-term, 1 year or less. Treasury notes equals medium-term, 2 to 10 years. Treasury bonds equals long-term, 20 to 30 years. How can T-bills help you financially? T-bills can be useful when you have money that you don't need immediately but also don't want to expose to large market swings. For example, if you have $10,000 that you plan to use in 6 months, you might consider a short-term investment such as a T-bill rather than putting all of that money into stocks. However, T-bills are not usually designed to make you rich quickly. Their main purpose is to provide a relatively safe place for money while earning some return. You should also remember inflation. If your T-bill earns 4% but prices rise by 5%, your money may have less purchasing power even though you made a profit. The easiest way to remember. You lend money, government returns money, you earn a return. So, a Treasury bill is a short-term investment where you lend money to the government and receive your money back later with a return.